Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do a little something different. Well, not really different because a lot of times on the channel I come here and just be yapping away because I just like to be yapping. I really want to do more like real vlogs, like day in the life, as a book reader type of vibes, but I just be doing these sit down yapping videos. But I wanted to come here. I say yap because I want to yap about different topics really around books. Mainly, I want to go over my favorite books of each month so far. I also want to go over my summer reading list updates. I also want to go over some of the series that I've compiled that I started and haven't finished and decide if I want to continue. That's kind of like the vibes of today's video. So grab your beverages. I don't have mine up here with me, but yeah, just welcome to the yap session, okay? Let's start off with what do I want to start off with? Let's start off with my favorite books from each month so far. This came to my mind because I did the mid-year tag my last video, and there was like select bunch of questions, but one wasn't like what was your favorite each month, and I just felt like doing that. So that's what we're doing first. Um Okay, starting the year off strong. January, my favorite book was The Night and the Moth. I really love that book. I read that with my book club. And yeah, I feel like sometimes, like the further we get from books, like you lose pieces of it. And I can't remember the whole conversation because I remember people were making good points of like the plot and like what was the point, like what was the meaning, like stuff wasn't adding up, stuff wasn't making sense. But for me, it was 5 stars. Like I had a great time. I really enjoy her writing. It's romanticy, it's kind of gothic vibes, eerie, a little gory, just a touch because I don't like too much. But yeah, Twisted Crown series is still her best duology so far for me, but I am looking forward to the second book of this duology. I have my notes here too. So if you see me looking over here, that's what I'm looking at. And I'm like, did I write down what the name of that series was? Because I've been forgetting the name of these series. Sometimes it's like the actual like first book title, or sometimes it's something else. And I'm not seeing nothing on. I didn't write it down, but yeah, I will. It kind of goes into my other topic of series. I will finish. I will finish this because I love a good duology. Okay, I like it to go past the first book, but also I don't want it to be like 6, 7, 8 books long. Sorry, but yeah. So I read that one at the top of the year. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great time. This girl, she's like, it's kind of like gives a lot of like religious undertones to it. And since I grew up, in the church, when it has religious undertones, it's always just very fascinating to me, and I can relate in certain aspects of it. This is like extreme case, but I'm like overall, like that's why I can find it. I feel like maybe more appealing than others. I don't know, but anyway, she's very devout, and her whole world crashes down because what she thought she was devoting her life to was probably is a lie. Um, and yeah, so she's going on this journey, and she's with the guy. They're gonna fall in love. Things will be revealed, and yeah, I had a great time. There's gargoyles in it. I thought it was a great time. In February, I gave Candy Ryan a chance. I actually read two of her books in February. And I enjoyed both. But the one that I enjoyed the most, which was my favorite of February, was Real, which is the Hollywood Renaissance series. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed that book so much. I don't know, something about a Hollywood entertainment or music kind of setting. I just eat that up every single time. I don't understand why I love it so much, but I just find that world fascinating. So I feel like when it's like a fictional story of it, that it just appeals to me even more. But yeah, he's a Hollywood director, a big film he's trying to do. He finds an up and coming actress on like Broadway, and she's an understudy, and he sees her performance and he's like, yeah, that's my star. So it's a lot of pressure obviously putting this film off, plus like he's a director, like that can get a little dicey. But they're gonna fall in love, there's a loss that happens, she has a lot of trauma and other things going on, and it's a great story. I actually really, really enjoyed it a lot. So that was my favorite one of February. Then for March, switching gears, this is the only non-romance. Well, I have romanticy, but it's still a romance to me basically. So my only non-romance adjacent, and that is You Are Fatally Invited in March. That was another book club pick, and I love that one because it was like Clue, and I always loved Clue growing up. I don't know why, I just loved that game, and that's what this was basically, like closed. I forget what they call that trope, but like they are stuck in one spot and they can't go anywhere. So these writers are asked to come to a top writers mansion to write. I think it's a competition if I remember correctly. But yeah, obviously there's a lot more going on, games afoot, people missing and dying, and it's like who is murdering these people? What is going on? They got to figure it out, and they're all stuck on this island in this mansion. Yes, had a great time with that one. Then in April, I finally read Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I love her books. It's automatic read for me. But I did put this one off because everyone was like, it's so, so sad. And I was like, I'm not in a sad space. I don't want to read this. But a year later, I was like, let's just read this book. Okay. I want to read it. So yeah, it was so, so sad. But yeah, this girl basically, and I try to give spoilers, so I don't think this is a spoiler. I think it's on the back of the cover. But basically, she has to go home to like take care of her sick mother. But she meets this guy at the last second, and it's just like their journey through that. And it's just, man, it's so like pain, but also just beautiful at the same time. And he loved him. He honestly is a little too perfect and unrealistic, but that's fine with me sometimes because I'm like, that's what I want in these romances. A little bit of unrealisticness, okay? Just a touch. And so yeah, he was kind of like an amazing person. And yeah, I love that story. 5 stars. I definitely shed a tear, okay? Because it's definitely sad, but I think it was so, so worth it. Then in May, I read The Bodyguard by Catherine Sinner. It was my first time reading her books. And yeah, I knew it was going to be made a movie. And I just like, let's read it before the movie comes out because it sounds like perfect for a movie. And it is because it's just silly and unserious. Okay. First of all, it's a girl bodyguard and she's not even like, I feel like if I remember correctly, she's like not that tall. Like she's a tiny little thing, but like obviously she's strong and like very highly trained. But it's just like, girl, you really bodyguarding people? Like that's crazy to me. But they poke fun of that in the story too. But yeah, she's a bodyguard for a famous actor, and just a lot of stuff happens, and it's just fun. And I can see it on the screen. I can't wait to watch it when it comes out later this year. And then the last one is June, and that is The Summer Girlfriend by Christina Forrest. And I love Christina Forrest writing. This is a new like interconnected series. It's like the Heartbeat series, I believe is what they're calling it. And this is the first one, The Summer Girlfriend. The cover is, first of all, the cover is so stunning. I love it so much. But yeah, it's very like light, fluffy, sweet kind of romance, but there's a little bit of angst. And I just thought it was just like a nice, almost like a palate cleanser in a sense. You could read it and just feel like heartwarmed. Personally, that's how I felt with it. It had a fake dating trope. I love how it's like he's a wealthy Black man, and yeah, I had a great time. It takes place over the summer. It's just great. Read it in the summer if you have to. Like it's in the title alone, like Summer Girlfriend. So yeah, those are all my favorite books of, I don't even know. Whenever I have to say like a phrase, I can never say it without like getting tongue tied with it. But yeah, my favorite book from each month of the year so far. Okay. Let us get into now my summer reading list and how I'm doing with that so far. Okay, so I'm doing really great with my summer reading list. I'm halfway through. I had 10 books on that list and I'm looking at it right now. And yeah, I'm halfway through. One that I'm actually currently reading now, which I physically own, and the rest, actually no, two I still physically own, but the rest I can't like read this right. Three I physically own and two I don't. I was about to say most of them I don't have like in physical possession yet. That's, I'm like reading this crazy. But anyway, I started Just Friends by Haley Pham. There was just so much discourse around it. I was kind of like putting it off, but I'm like, let's just dive into this. And to be honest, I feel like it's just gonna be okay. I'm already getting that feeling with it, but I'm only like 10% in the book. So we're gonna keep going and see how it goes. I feel like it's gonna be a nice little like sweet kind of like almost borderline fluffy romance maybe, but I think it's gonna skew a little more young adult. Like that's the vibe it's giving me. It might be more like new adult possibly, but we'll see. Then I still have to read Annie Knows Everything by Rachel Wood, a new release that came out in June, I think, or May, possibly. It's one of my book of the month picks that I picked, and I believe it's like workplace romance type of vibe. So I really want to pick that up soon. And then the last one I own is Sunrise on the Reaping, which is the only like non romance on here. And I need to read it because I think the book not the book, the movie comes out in September or October, so I want to read it before it comes out. So I need to pick that up soon as well. And I also have left June Baby by Shannon Garvey. And the more and more time passes, the more and more I'm like, do I really still want to read this? But then it's like I put on my list, so I feel like I have to complete this list, but I don't really have to. But yeah, it sounded interesting at the time, but now I'm like, do I want to read this? But it's think more like a coming of age type of story. A girl goes, I think it's another beach town every summer and grows up there, but then she left for various reasons and now has come back and unpacking all that childhood stuff. I think it's gonna be like second chance romance, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'll read it, but I don't know why now I'm like, I don't know if I really want to read this anymore. Same with Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune. I the premise sounds good, but the way that every summer after just really like irritated me so much, and then trying to watch the show irritated me so much. I'm like, nah, I don't even want to read this, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Our Perfect Storm. It sounds appealing, a typical romance, but set on a lake. I like that vibe for the summer, so we'll see. But those are the books I have left. I finished everything else so far, and now back to you. Score, The Misconnection, The Someday Garden, and The Summer Girlfriend. I finished all those books, which I'm like, I've already talked about The Someday Garden, and now back to you in my June recap if you want to see that. And then soon for my July recap, you'll hear my thoughts on The Misconnection. Actually, did I already read Score 2 in June as well? I'm forgetting the timeline now. But regardless, some of them I already did. So watch the June monthly recap. And then you need to watch July. That'll come in a few weeks for the rest of the ones that I said I've already finished. So yeah, that's my summer reading list so far. Now let's get into the series that I've started. And I may be missing some, but I wrote down some series that I started since last year. So if it started before 2025, I missed it and it may come back and I don't even know. But yeah, I have 13 here. So let's get into all the series I've started since 2025 and do I want to continue it or not? Okay, starting off strong. Fourth Wing. I started that last year. The Empyrean series, I believe there's supposed to be 5 books total. I've read the first 2. The third is out. We don't know when the rest are coming, specifically the fourth, obviously. So honestly, Fourth Wing was so great. I loved it so much. 5 stars. Second book was real tough for me to get through, but I am curious how we'll finish. So I will finish the series. Now, when I'll read the third book, I don't know, since she doesn't have a timeline on when she's finishing the books. I don't have a timeline when I'm gonna finish the books, but I will finish that. I do want to know. The next series is the Ashen series, which is like the Road of Bone series. I believe there's also 5 books from what I could tell from looking up in this series. I honestly don't, I think the first 3 are out. I think I'm gonna drop this one. I read the first one last year with my book club, and I had hopes of going on with it. But to be honest, a year later, I'm like, do I want to revisit? Because people were talking about it recently. I've seen a few people that I follow that were talking about that series, and it popped up. I'm like, do I want to continue this series? Like, I am kind of curious. Her journey, will she make it? But then I'm just like, you know what? I actually don't care. It is a Vikings romance, and she has to get to this other land for safety. Because I believe she holds some kind of power that's like forbidden or something like that. That's all I can remember. And these Vikings are helping her get there, and there's a lot of stuff that's going on. But for some reason, like something was just not clicking for me. So yeah, I think I don't want to finish that one. We're gonna drop that one. Now, last year also, I randomly on a whim just picked up the Zodiac Academy series, which is a long, long series. And I just said I don't really like long, long series, but sometimes I just randomly do stuff. Okay. So my friend had told me about them, and I was like, let's see what all the fuss is about. I knew the series was nothing to be taken seriously, like far as like literary like achievement. Like the writing is not the best, okay? It's a lot of stuff going on. It's very spicy, it's dark, it's a lot. But the first several books, I was loving it. I really was just in that mood, I think. Sometimes you're just in the mood for that. And then I was like, I'm getting burnt out. I need to take a break. And I haven't returned back. And to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna finish. I don't think I have 3 books in, so much more to go. And there's like a prequel. People were saying you should stop here and read this. I don't have time for that. I think I'm good. Like in the moment, the first 3 books were great, but I don't really care to continue. I'm gonna let that one go. Let it go. Then we have Garden of the Cursed is the first book. I think that's what they call the series, Garden of the Curse, and it's a duology. And I meant to pick this up sooner than later because it's like a duology. I love a good duology. It is YA, which is why I was like, do I care how this resolves? But I think I'm gonna drop it, guys. I think I'm gonna drop it. Is this about to be the trend? I'm just dropping all these series. I've only said I'm keeping on with Fourth Wing. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna drop this, but then it's only one more book. It's just like the further and further I get away from the first one, I'm forgetting what happens. Again, I feel it's like she's in hiding. It's like there's an elite and she's not in part of the elite, but she is entangled with it. I think she may have some tie to it somehow. If I'm remembering correctly, I'm gonna drop it. Let's just drop it because it's like clearly I've forgotten the details and I haven't thought about it really that much since, to be honest. I'm already looking at the next one and I'm like, I'm gonna drop I'm gonna drop this one too. Fear the Flames, again another book club book. It's romantasy. Is a dragon one. I think it's just like I'm good with the fourth wing dragons. This dragon one didn't really connect for me in the same way. It's supposed to be four books too. I think the first two is out. The third one might be out by now too, or maybe later this year. Regardless, I'm dropping this one as well. I just wasn't connecting with the dragon story either. I believe this one, she's like a long lost princess as well, trying to get her dragons back, trying to fight for, the throne because there's evil people on the throne type of vibes. And yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't working for me. And I just think I'm going to drop this one. Now, the one that I'm finally on one that I'm not gonna drop, guys. King of Sin series by Anna Huang. Okay, 7 books, the 7 deadly sins, like that, and it's almost over. The last book comes out next year. Book number 6 just came out in the spring. Um, I'm trying to think. I think I skipped number 2. I think it was number 2 that I skipped. It was not connecting with me. It was like the one where the the wife and the husband like divorced, but I think they're gonna find their way back to each other. And like I was just like, I'm not interested. I was bored for me personally, that trope. But all the rest of them I did really love. And actually I feel like book number 6 is like the best one so far. So I have high hopes for book number 7, which what is the last book in this series? I can't even remember. Let's see. But yeah, the book number 6. Oh, I was thinking King of Lust. I was right. King of Lust is the last book. King of Envy, best book in the series so far. So we're gonna see a King of Lust can top it. I feel like each book gets better and better, to be honest, in the series. So yeah, I have high hopes for King of Lust. I really do. We'll see. So I'm definitely finishing that series. This Woven Kingdom is another series that's been going on for a while. The last book is 5 books, was supposed to come out this year, but I saw it got pushed, I believe, till next year. And that's really upsetting for me because I love this series so much and I was looking forward to it. And like waiting a year is just so much. And now I have to wait another I feel like I have to wait another 8 months after this year for that book to come out. It just really kills me. But I will do it because I have just the conclusion, okay? It's romantasy. It has like Persian mythology. It's kind of a slow read. It's very flowery, poetic kind of writing. I love it so much. But just the way it's written is just so good. It's so good. But yeah, she's a long lost princess of this people that are meant to be ruling. So, she got a journey to come into her own. There's people that she might fall in love with. There's evil against her. It's just it's so good. So yeah, we'll be finishing that. Let me rapid fire because to be honest, now that I'm actually talking this out with you guys, most of these series I'm not going to continue, to be honest. So Blood of Hercules, I believe it's only 2 books. The first book was kind of a little bit too much for me. I didn't realize how dark it was going to be, and I had to be in the mood for dark romance, and this one was a little bit too much. Plus it's Greek kind of based, and to be honest, I'm not really into Greek mythology, so I gave this one a chance. I'm not continuing that one. Real series, I am going to continue. I've read Real, loved it. Score, the second one, it was okay to me. So whatever the third one is, I'm assuming come out next year. I will finish it out. Vicious Bond is another romantasy. The Tether trilogy, I picked it up randomly. I keep going back and forth, so it's a TBD. I think I may continue, but we'll see because it might be another year, and I'll be like, actually, forget this. Um, Daggermouth, I will continue. I believe it's only supposed to be 2 books. I really don't know when the second one's coming out. The first one just got traditionally published because it was the indie one released originally. So whenever that comes out, though, I will finish that series. Heavenly Bodies, I believe, is 3 books that I have written here. On the fence with that. So TBD for that. I'm like intrigued, but also again, if time passes too much, I may just say forget it. Then the last series is the Silver Elite series, and I will continue that. It is just an okay series. Like the first one was like, it's nothing crazy, but honestly, I want to know how it ends. And I have the second book already, so and I believe the third one comes out next year, so I should not have to wait too long. I will definitely finish reading that. That's another romantic dystopian one this time though. And yeah, those are all the series that I think I will be continuing and not continuing. Hope you guys enjoyed this little yap session with me.